Okay, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, May 18th. We're starting a new unit. For this week, we will have lessons 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so today, lesson 1. Let's get started. Our target. I can construct a coordinate system on a line. Okay, materials. You should have a paper and pencil ready. And our vocabulary. Construct, and that's our word of the week. To build or make something, so we are going to actually make a number line and label it and put our points on it and that kind of thing. Our coordinate systems, points that are organized on graph paper. So fluency today, don't forget to practice your multiplication facts. It really helps with everyday life word problems and also helps with learning new lessons. So let's practice our multiples of 7 today. Get ready. Ready? Begin. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84. Okay, our target, I can construct a coordinate system on a line. So before we get started today with our lesson, let's practice with these lines and find what each point should be labeled and how do we get our answers. Remember, the points on the lines are telling us which way the lines are going. Let's use our arms and try this also. So before we do that, let's look at these. This line, it is a line because there is an arrow at each side. Array is one that has one arrow specifically. Okay, so this top line is going both ways, and this is 0, and they're asking you what B and C is and what A is here, and this is 10. The most important thing you need to do is start at the origin. The origin is always 0, okay, and we're going to count until we get to 10. And they are 1 units because we're counting by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So A would represent 9. C, I believe, was 5. We could do it again. Bunny hop from the origin. Don't count the first. Don't count the origin. Just count your bunny hops. Ready? Go. 1, 2. B is 2. 3, 4, 5 is C. Okay. The next line, start on your origin of 0, and we are going to count to 1. Let's count how many bunny hops we count. Now we know if we're going from 0 to 1 that D, F, and E need to be fractions because 0 to 1, and they're asking us what are these before you even get to 1, which is a whole number. So let's count. Let's bunny hop from 0. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 will be my denominator then. So I will say D will be 1/5, 2/5, 3/5 for F, 4/5 for E. When you get to 5 over 5, we know that any number over itself equals 1 whole. Let's try the bottom. Let's count how many jumps we have, bunny hops from 0 to 1. 1, 2. So I would say this would be a half, and then 1 over 1, or 2 over 2. 1 and 1/2, 2. 2 1/2, 3. 3 1/2, J would be 3 1/2, 4. H would be 4 1/2, and then we get to 5. So I bunny hop from 0 to the first whole number. How many spots did I have? How many bunny hops did I do? I had 2. 1, 2. So that will be my denominator. So I'll have 1 over 2, 2 over 2. Okay, that will give me 1 whole. Alrighty. So let's try, when I said let's use our arms and try this to tell us which way we're going, let's look at this. When I say the direction to point your arms, point your fingers in that direction and give it a try. When you point your fingers out, that's telling you what direction you're going. So here we go. If you have a 90-degree angle, make an L shape with your arms right now as you're sitting there. One facing to the ceiling and one facing to the right. With your fingers out, not in a fist. When I do fist, it means it's points. When I put my fingers out, I'm making arrows. And that shows me that that's the way the line segment is going to go. So let's try another one. I have 2 arrows at the end of each line. One arm stretched out to the left and one is stretched out to the right. So you should have your arms stretched out to your right and your left, and that would be a 180-degree straight angle. That's a straight angle. When we had one facing the ceiling and one out to the side, that was a 90-degree angle. Okay, and one last example. If only one part of the line has an arrow and one, okay, so this one, put one arm, if you guys recall, we did this at our RTI, one point, so your arm is in a fist next to your chest, and the other arm is straight out. That would show you that you have a line segment. This is all called physiometry. Okay, so this just tells you and helps you know which way your line is going, and then it helps you label your line. Here we go. So let's look at some of these examples that I have here. Remember what we just reviewed. Number lines start with 0, and you could see that by looking at these. They numbers increase from left to right as far as you want. If you see that point, if you see that arrow, that means your line can go on forever. We just stop it at a certain number because obviously we can't keep writing to infinity, or we would be writing numbers forever. So numbers increase from left to right as far as you want. Really, they never stop, just like I said. We just want to stop writing down the numbers. We can count by ones, twos, or even by fractions, and you're going to notice that when we go over some of these. When you draw a number line, you have to make sure that the tick marks are the same distance apart, and that's very, very important because you want each interval to be the same. So they need to be, when I say intervals, it means that you're going from here to here and here to here. That means the spaces should be all the same. Let's look at some of these. I've got, look at this one at top. 0, they're going backwards. 0, half, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. Now they had 3 over 2. We know 3 over 2 is 1 1/2. Okay, and so on. Here's another one going up and down. This is vertical. That was horizontal, and you'll need to know that for the upcoming lessons. Remember, going up and down is vertical, and side to side is horizontal. This one is saying 0, and we're not even at one whole number yet, where they're talking about a decimal. So they said 0, they skipped one and said 0.2, skip 0.4, skip 0.6, skip 0.8. What would these ones in here be? Those would be 0. This one would be 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7. Look how they labeled this line. 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120. They labeled this line by counting by 15. Okay. Okay, let me begin today by showing a simple number line that I will label for you. The point on the number line labeled 0 is called the origin. So when you see 0, it's always the origin. That's where you're going to start. You don't count it when you start to bunny hop, but it is your origin and that's where you start. So let's label your line, starting at the origin, and bunny hop and count from 0 to your next whole number. Okay, so here was our 0, our origin, and here was one whole. So we have to count how many spots or how many bunny hops from 0 to 1 to tell us what our denominator is going to be, to tell us how to label our fractions for this specific line. Okay, I'll show you how to label our first number line. So I have my little arrow here on the origin, which is 0. I'm going to bunny hop now. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 is my denominator. Because there are 8 intervals going from 0 to 1. If you noticed, I did not count the 0. Let's do it again. I'm on 0, and I'm moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 over 8, 2 over 8, 3 over 8, 4 over 8, 5 over 8, 6 over 8, 7 over 8, 8 over 8, which is one whole. Okay, here's another one. Remember to find your origin first, or look and find where each whole number is located before you begin. Okay, so let's start at 0 and bunny hop to 1. How many did you count? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from my 0, my origin, to my first whole number, I counted 4 spots, 4 intervals. Try that again. Start at 0 and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 will be my denominator. Okay, I'm going to draw this on here. 4 will be my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 1 over 4. So my A, they want to know what A is going to be. That's going to be 2 over 4. 3 over 4. And my one whole will be 4 over 4. Okay, so I can keep going and say 5 over 4, 6 over 4, 7 over 4, 8 over 4. And we know that 8 over 4 equals 2, so that would be okay. Or you can also say there's 4 bunny hops from 1 to 2. I'm going to change the color so you could see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we could say, here's our one whole. I could say 1 and 1 over 4. 1 and 2 over 4. 1 and 3 over 4. And 1 and 4 over 4, which would give us 1 plus 1, which would give us 2. So there's a couple ways of doing it. You decide what's best for you. Okay, so let's do this one together. I'll guide you through it. When completing these problems for homework, you can use your draw on your computer in Google Docs when giving your answers. And I'm going to show you how to use the draw function right now. So each shape is placed on this number line. They want you to tell, how do you know what the answer is? Again, we're going to start at the origin. So here we go. Up at the top, you will see draw. And you can do this when you go into Google Docs. So when you open up your assignment, you'll go to your Google Docs to complete your assignment. And then you can go to this draw feature right here. Click it. Hit what color you would like to use. Okay. I will use, let's use blue right now. Okay. And we're going to start on the 0, and we're going to count to the 1, starting at 0. Okay, and using the draw feature, you'll see that it's starting to draw when you put it on the origin. And now I'm going to bunny hop to one hole and count how many spots I have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and there's my whole number, 1. So I went 3 spots. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So my star is 2/3. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write 2/3. I'm still using the draw feature. It's a little tricky, but you'll get used to it. Okay, now we're going to go back to number 1, and we're going to count the bunny hops over to 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So again, now you can say, we stopped at 1 at 3/3. You could continue on with 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, and 6/3 is 2. That equals 2. Or you can go on and say 1 1/3, 1 2/3, or 1 3/3, which will give you 2. I'm going to change my color. Now let's count from 2 to 3, because we need to find out the circle and the X and the square down here. So if we keep going, we could say 2 1/3, 2 2/3, 2 3/3. Or we can say 7/3, 8/3, 9/3. And 9/3 equals 3 whole. So for our circle, you could either put 2 1/3, because we're continuing on. So you could say, because this was 2 and we're counting by thirds, so this will be 2 1/3, 2 2/3, and the X could be 2 3/3, which is 3. Totally up to you. Okay, so the circle, we could put 7/3. And I'm still using the draw feature. I think you guys are really going to like it. And the X is 9/3. Okay. And if we keep going, 3 1/3. I'll change my color again. Now I have 3 1/3. That was kind of strange. It made a couple different colors. 3 1/3, 3 2/3, or 3 3/3. And 3 3/3 is 4, equals 4. Okay. Or you can put 10/3, 11/3, 12/3. 12/3 is equals 4 as well. Okay? I hope you're watching how I'm using the draw. Whenever you want to use the draw function, click it. You'll see that the colors will come down and you can choose. 12/3. We could say 13 over 3 for the next one. Oops, let me fix that for you. There you go. 14 over 3. 15 over 3, and we all know 15 over 3 equals 5. Okay, so our square will be 14 over 3. Okay. We could have had 3 and 1/3. 3 and 2/3 would be 14 over 3. You know that these are improper fractions, and if you divided them out, yes, you would get this mixed number. Okay. Now I'd like you to try this on your own. Pause the video, complete the problem, and come back when you're ready. When looking at the number line, notice that the origin is at the right side. Look at this one. It started with 0 on the right side, and they counted this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plot point A at 3/4. Label a point that lies at 4.5 as B. Label it B. Okay. Label a point C whose distance from 0 is 5 more than A. So we will mark A, and then we will count 5 over. So let's do this. Okay. Point plot A at 3/4. First of all, we know it, we're counting by fourths, because if you bunny hop from 0 to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 4 intervals. Each one is an interval. Each bunny hop is called an interval. So we went 4 times. So I've got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So this is 3/4 right here. And I'm going to label that point A, it says. Plot point A. So I'm going to put A right there. And if they say plot the point, you make a little point. I'm going to change my color so you could see. Oops. So you could see where I'm plotting it. And you put it right on the line. I made it a little bigger so you could see it. Okay. Label a point that lies at 4.5 as B. Okay, so we go to 4. And again, we're counting by 4. So we're saying 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4.5. I'm sorry, 4 and 1/4. And this is 4 and 2/4. And we know 2 over 4 equals 1/2. So we know that this is where B is, right here. We're going to label that. We're going to label that B. Okay. Now we're going to label point C, whose distance from 0 is 5 more than that of A. 5 more than A. You go to A, 5 more than A. So let's bunny hop from where A is, 5 more intervals. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what did we land on? We landed on 2. Making it a little bigger so you could see what I'm talking about. And that is C. And that is 2. Okay. So our target today, I can construct a coordinate system on a line. The important thing to do is count how many intervals or spaces are in between there are. When you're bunny hopping, start at your origin or start at the whole number that they give you and count how many intervals to the next whole number? Okay, remember to come back to the video if you do not understand, or you can always contact me. Okay, have a great night. Don't forget, go to Google Docs and use the draw function that I showed you on how to write on your documents. Okay, have a great night. Miss you guys.